enjoy a meal together. This kind of lunch is part of the official program and is meant to include everyone, similar to a plenary session, but with food.
What is the meaning of plenary? Plenary.
Plenary refers to a meeting or session that involves all members of a group or organization, typically to discuss or decide on matters relevant to everyone present. It's often used in the context of conferences, assemblies, or legislative bodies where all participants are expected to attend and contribute. For example, a plenary session at a conference would be a gathering where all attendees come together to hear a keynote speech or discuss important topics.
What is plenary lunch?
A plenary lunch is a meal event during a conference or meeting where all participants are invited to attend together. Unlike smaller, separate group meals, a plenary lunch brings everyone together in one place, providing an opportunity for all attendees to network, discuss, and dine together. It's part of the official program and is meant to include everyone, similar to a plenary session, but centered around sharing a meal.
What is the meaning of comprehensive?
Comprehensive means covering something completely and thoroughly. It describes an approach or a treatment of a subject that includes all or nearly all elements or aspects. For example, a comprehensive study on climate change would cover a wide range of factors, such as scientific data, environmental impacts, and potential solutions. It implies a thorough and all-encompassing understanding or treatment of the topic.
Can you create 2 or 3 examples with the word comprehensive and plenary?
Certainly, here are some examples. 1. The company conducted a comprehensive review of its policies, which was presented during the plenary session to ensure all employees were informed. 2. After a comprehensive analysis of the year's performance, the results were discussed over a plenary lunch with all department heads. Oops, let me finish that for you. 3. The Environmental Summit included a comprehensive overview of climate change initiatives, discussed in detail during a plenary session that all attendees were required to attend. Each example incorporates both comprehensive and plenary, illustrating thoroughness in coverage and the inclusive nature of the meetings or sessions.
What is the meaning of advocated?
Advocated means to have publicly recommended or supported a particular cause, policy, or idea. When someone advocates for something, they are actively arguing in favor of it, often in public or formal settings. For example, a person who has advocated for environmental protection might have spoken at rallies, written articles, or lobbied politicians to support laws that protect the environment.
Can you create 3 examples?
Sure, here are 3 examples using advocated. 1. The teacher advocated for more hands-on learning in the classroom, believing it would engage students more effectively. 2. The organization advocated for changes in the healthcare system to ensure better access for all. 3. Many scientists have advocated for stronger environmental protections to combat climate change. In each of these, advocated is used to describe someone actively supporting or recommending a particular idea or change.
What is the meaning of bank on?
Bank on means to rely on or depend on something or someone with confidence. When you bank on something, you trust that it will happen or that someone will act in a certain way. For example, if you're counting on good weather for a picnic, you could say, "We're banking on sunshine this weekend." Or, if you have a friend who always keeps their promises, you might say, "I can bank on her to help me out." It's about placing trust in a specific outcome or person's actions.
I bank on YouTube videos for English learning.
That's a great example. You saying you rely on YouTube videos as a dependable resource for improving your English. You trust that watching these videos will help you learn effectively.
I advocate rate cuts for this financial quarter.
By saying, "I advocate rate cuts for this financial quarter," you're expressing your support for reducing interest rates during this specific period. You're likely recommending this as a measure to stimulate economic activity or address financial concerns. It's a way of publicly recommending a specific financial policy.
Create a story with the word plenary, comprehensive, advocated, bank on.
Once a year, the International Environmental Organization held a plenary session, bringing together all its members from around the world. This year's focus was on a comprehensive plan to combat climate change, covering everything from reducing carbon emissions to protecting endangered species. During the session, one delegate advocated for a bold initiative, a global agreement to phase out single-use plastics. She argued that this policy would not only reduce pollution, but also promote sustainable practices worldwide. The plan gained traction, and many attendees banked on it becoming a cornerstone of the organization's strategy. With a comprehensive approach and clear goals, they left the plenary session feeling optimistic about the future.
You are not using some expressions and idioms.
Oh, my apologies for that. Let's add some flavor to the story. Once a year, the International Environmental Organization held a plenary session, bringing together all its members from around the world. This year's focus was on a comprehensive plan to combat climate change, covering everything from reducing carbon emissions to protecting endangered species. During the session, one delegate, quick off the mark, advocated for a bold initiative, a global agreement to phase out single-use plastics. She argued that this policy would not only reduce pollution, but also promote sustainable practices worldwide. The idea caught on like wildfire. Many attendees banked on it becoming a cornerstone of the organization's strategy. With a comprehensive approach and clear goals, they left the plenary session feeling chuffed to bits at the progress they were making. They knew they could bank on each other's efforts to make a real difference.